I would want you to introduce yourself. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about your background. Why are you interested in pharmacovigilance? What are you doing right now? What is your experience, right? And your interests. So why are you interested in a career in pharmacovigilance?
Yes, sir. First of all, myself, Namrata Santosh Patil, completed B.Pharm in 2019. Currently working in Tata Memorial Hospital and previously working with MedLife International Private Limited. So I joined this course because of there is a more scope for research nowadays, and
Hmm.
I'm interested in research because of that.
Okay, good. Good. So you are interested in research, and that is one of the reasons. But what is the purpose of pharmacovigilance? Why do we do that? What would be the benefit of doing this?
Which means
Sorry. Yeah, sorry, Namrita, I couldn't hear you. If you could repeat yourself.
Yes. Pharmacovigilance is interrelated to clinical research, and it includes pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamic of parts of the drug. So it is
Hmm.
the both subjects are interlinked.
Yes. Okay. So basically, the need for pharmacovigilance. What is the need for pharmacovigilance then? Why do we need it? Does it help if I know about a reaction? How will it help me if I know about a reaction and what could be the effect with a drug? Will it be of any use to me if I know about it already?
It is used because it can. Am I audible, sir?
No, I think your voice was breaking up. I don't know if this is the issue at your end with the connectivity. Uh,
Your voice is also breaking. I don't know.
okay, have you joined from your Wi-Fi or is it
Yes, yes. No, it's Wi-Fi.
mobile, not net Wi-Fi? Okay. Uh, right. So I was asking you again. Let me phrase it in a different way. So what will be the purpose of doing pharmacovigilance? Is it that it will in some way benefit people if you know about a reaction, or we are just doing it because it is a requirement?
Uh, like it is useful because to know about the drug information like their absorption, metabolism, and other parts, uh, as well as the legal part also about like there are many terms
Hmm.
parts like legal part.
Right. Hmm. Okay. So legally, yes, legally it's a requirement. Plus, you also need it. Krishna, can you please join in another 2-3 minutes? I'm still continuing with
Okay, sir.
Namrata.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay. Namrata. Okay. Let's continue. So I was saying, yes, legally it is important, but apart from that, is it not a requirement that for purposes of safety, it will, if I know a risk, I can manage it in a better way. I can put risk minimization activities. I can also define in my label if there is a risk related to a drug. So that will help the clinician and the patients to take their decision. Yes or
Right, sir.
no? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So yes. Now, once you know of the reaction, when once you know of a ADR, what is the difference between a ADR and an event? Quickly. So, what do we call a reaction? What do we call a event? How are they different?
Adverse drug reaction is like happen due to some drug
Mhm.
that can be like a small reaction like
Mhm.
fever, vomiting,
Mhm.
and events are related to like any drug reaction which is like caused due which will cause um, serious events like death.
So again, what is the difference between the two? I believe that let me remind you, event is something where there is or may not be a relationship. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah. And in the reaction, you will have a causal relationship. Only then you call it a reaction. Unless you have that, it will fall in the category of a event, which is an untoward occurrence. Yes.
yes,
So any untoward occurrence that happens post the usage of a drug, again, for the purposes of either prophylaxis or therapy, yes, or it could be for diagnosis or any modification of the physiological function. Yes,
yes,
yes or no?
yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So once you know of the causality, so what are the methods that we can use for causal association? What are the various methods possible
For adverse drug reaction management,
for causal association? How do you do assessment, causality assessment? What are the scales that you use commonly? Most commonly used scales for grading ADRs.
uh, mild drug adverse
So
drug reaction.
that is again mild, moderate, severe is the severity criteria. I am asking you, what are the causality assessment criteria or the scales used? So there is one categorization like probable, possible, likely, unlikely. Have you heard of that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, you have.
Yes.
Yes, Namrata. So is it a part of any scaling system? Does it have any algorithm? Are you aware of that?
Actually, no, sir.
Okay. So remember that WHO UMC criteria, we have covered that in the causal relationship. Yes. Yes, Namrata.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So remember that causal relationship is always, whenever somebody is saying, what are the criteria for causal relationship? So those can be either global introspection, which is just your clinical judgment. Okay. As a healthcare professional, when you apply your own clinical judgment, so that will be a global introspection criteria. Otherwise, the most commonly used criteria is the WHO, World Health Organization, Uppsala Monitoring Center, UMC criteria. Okay, so that categorizes the events into all these categories that I was telling you, like unclassifiable, then doubtful, and maybe possible, probable, definite. Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
these are
Yes,
the
sir.
categorizations. Also, there is another widely used algorithm called as Naranjo scale. Have you heard of it? Naranjo
No, sir.
scale. Yeah. So there are some shortcomings for Naranjo scale. Are you aware of that?
No, sir. Actually.
No. Okay. So Naranjo scale again, why do we need it? Is because it is giving a uniform result. Now WHO UMC criteria, like I told you, relies on your judgment as a clinician. Okay. So when the doctor reviews a case, or a physician or a pharmacist, whoever will review that case, will look at the basis. Okay, was there a positive D challenge? Was there a positive re-challenge? Okay. So what is the concept of challenge? Are you aware of that? Re-challenge and de-challenge?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So challenge is when you give the drug to the patient, and when we are stopping that drug
Hmm.
after the appearance of the event. Okay. When you stop a drug, and the event also stops. So then it is called as a positive D
Positive
challenge.
D
Yeah.
challenge.
And when you again give the drug and the event again appears, so it is called as the positive
Re-challenge.
re-challenge. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Now in WHO UMC criteria, we are using this basis of de-challenge, re-challenge, of the underlying disease condition, of whether there is a existing disease which could have contributed, right?
Yes.
Okay. So these are the bases that we look at when we are doing the causal relationship, right? Now, which cases do we expedite? Which cases are expedited to the authority? Yes, Namrata? Expeditedness. That you need to report urgently to the authority as you get to know. Are there any
Um,
cases?
yes. Severe cases.
Can you be a bit loud?
Severe cases like that that will cause like severe issues.
Severe issues. Do we call it as serious cases?
Yes. Serious cases.
Serious cases. Okay. Now in US and Europe, what is the requirement? Do we report events or do we report reactions?
We report reaction.
We report reactions. Yes. So there is a requirement for SUSARs. Yes.
Yes.
What does SUSAR stand for? Suspected. Yes. Suspected, unexpected,
Suspected unexpected serious adverse reactions.
adverse reactions. So you are required to report suspected events and the unexpected events and serious adverse reactions, right? Okay, so the criteria, all the three criteria have to be met. That means suspectedness, that is causal relationship, right? Then
Right.
expectedness, whether it was known already or it is a new event,
Mm.
right? And seriousness. So what are the seriousness criteria? How a event is considered serious? Does it
Like
involve, yeah, involve death?
yes.
Okay, then what else? Death and life
Uh,
threatening.
Life threatening, which
Mhm.
will need hospitalization.
And what is the timeline for these SUSARs, which are death and life threatening events? Is it how many calendar days? It is 15, 10, 7.
7 calendar days.
Okay, 7 calendar days, but these are for spontaneous cases. Yeah. Sorry, for the solicited cases or the trial cases. For spontaneous, you have 15 calendar days, and they don't differentiate between the fatal life threatening and the other serious events. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Okay. And what are aggregate reports? Quickly. What are aggregate reports? PSURs.
No, sir. I don't
Do
know.
you know about PSUR? Periodic Safety Update Report? No, Namrata. I would recommend that. Okay, I think we've had a lot of time spent on this. Go through these topics once more for your brush up your, topics on causality assessment. Then you have to look for the seriousness criterias. Okay, look for what are aggregate reports. Aggregate reports, well, what are the type of aggregate reports? Like in trial phase, you have different set of reports. For marketed phase, you have different reports. Okay, so go through these, and we will continue, our round of discussions ahead also. Again, I would want you to put more efforts and more, thought into these topics. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. All the best to you, and I wish you all the best. And try to understand the concepts of causality and of these reported, criterias. That is important. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Namrata. You can now log